at this point in time, I don't think we're surprised about that, right? I don't think any of us are surprised at this point in time about them having pace, but I do think we're surprised that it came on at the later part of the season. And that is what we'll be having, of course. So we'll see how that goes, see what goes on with that. But big shout out to everybody. Oh, wow. You do realize that, you have to be a subscriber to be in here. So if you're in here, it's because you're a subscriber. And if you're a subscriber, then you are indeed a supporter of the channel. So big shout out to you for that. That's pretty different. So yeah. What are we gonna do? Charles ain't going nowhere. Y'all don't think Charles is gonna go anywhere? That's gonna be crazy if he don't go nowhere. We'll be shocked about that. I will be shocked about that. If Charles doesn't go anywhere, I'll be kind of shocked. That'd be kind of surprising to me if he doesn't go anywhere. Um, I don't know if I don't know if Ferrari's doing the right thing or Ferrari doesn't know what they need to do, or maybe they need some change up in their ranks. But it seems like to me they're a little scared to do something, to change up something, to make something happen. I don't know if it's scared or they just hard headed. One of the things they might just be hard headed. They might be hard headed about making that happen. And I think it's something they definitely need to look into. I think it's something definitely that they should consider because if this is how things are going to go for Ferrari, it's not going great. It's not a good situation for them, not at all. So we'll look and see how that's going to turn out for Ferrari and Charles. I don't know if Charles might actually be better somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Galactus? What's going on, Derwin? What's going on, Musa? What's going on, Kondu? What's going on, Philip King? What's going on, y'all? Oh, yeah, and big shout out. Listen, tomorrow we got 2 VIP recipients. They're going to get their VIP boxes tomorrow. We got 2 new Tier 1 VIP recipients that are going to get their boxes tomorrow. So listen, like I always say, be here to celebrate them because I want to ask them to make sure they're here to celebrate you. So like I said, tomorrow, 2 recipients of the VIP box. So big shout out to them for that. Also, drivers leaving, drivers coming. I'm telling you, Nico like a journeyman. Like, it don't matter what happened. That dude get a job. Like, that's got to be the best thing. Like, you just on call. Like, if anybody's missing, like, they call him. Like, they call him, like, come on in. He's like the journey. He's like who? He's like McCown. He's like McCown, the quarterback in the NFL. If you don't know who he is, don't be surprised. I'm not surprised if you don't know who he is because, I mean, he's not that important. But this dude has a prolonged career in the NFL, and he's just like a journeyman backup career quarterback. And that's like Nico. So it's crazy. What's going on, Wildcat? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing up there in the chat? Yeah, we here. Listen, trivia today is going to be a little different, all right? And salute to Seb and congratulating Seb. It's going to be the first to 4 questions this time. Usually we do 3. So I already have, let me get my notes out here so I can make sure I keep track of those people that end up participating. Remember, you have to answer via Super Chat. And what I'm going to do is keep your name right here and how many points you have. I probably got room down here. And it's going to be the first of 4. Big shout out to Seb, most successful Red Bull driver in their existence, 4-time world champion, youngest world champion in Formula One. He is retiring. This is going to be his last GP weekend, supposedly. You never know. Things could change, right? Seb could probably come back. These days in sports, retiring is really not like retiring. Like, people say they retire, and the next thing you know, they're coming back, right? They're coming back to either fill a seat or the teams need somebody and they call them, or maybe they just can't stay away. Whatever the case may be, it is very possible we could see Seb back on the grid in the future. But if he's not, right? If he's not, then cool. He's going to go and live another life spend more time with his family, maybe going to do some good things in the community, in the world, maybe even in Formula One, right? Formula One still has some areas that definitely need some help. So big shout out to that. Yes, Condor was the last one. That was our last tier one, our previous tier one VIP member. But now we have two more that are going to be joining our ranks. So tomorrow I will announce them. I have their names right here. I'm not going to show their names because I want them to understand and be surprised. You never knew who it's going to be. By the way, VIP points are going to continue well beyond the season ending, right? So anytime I do a live, anytime I do a stream and super chats are going and you do a super chat, it goes towards your points. So that's going to continue, okay? You're not going to lose your points going into the next season. So if you haven't got your VIP box yet, you still have opportunity going forward, even in the off season and going into next season to accumulate those points and to end up being a recipient of your VIP box. Let's see, thanks Sid should have bounced so early. They are coming along, but sometimes you never know what his reasons may be, but we'll see. Seb may have all types of plans going on out here in these streets. We don't know what Seb got going. We don't really know what Seb really wants to do. We just know he was tired of a lot of the BS that was going on. I do know that it's portions of the season, which a lot of us were tired of the BS. And it's also fun, like this practice session, it seems like break temperatures are an issue. Break temperatures are an issue, right? And I wanna damn for sure point out the box is fire. Kondo, I'm glad you really liked your box, man. Big shout out to you. Break temperatures are kind of questioning. I like the helmet that Mick has on. We got that German inspired helmet. I like that. Now we also talking about we don't know where that guy's gonna be, right? We don't know where the hell he's gonna be next season. Now I'm gonna tell you like this. By the time we finish this stream, I'm gonna be pretty prompt to end the stream and get up out of here because the baby has a kickathon. So kickathon, we're doing that. My family, me and my dad, we have sponsored, put up the money to feed 8 families for Thanksgiving. So that's something that we do. So we put up enough money to sponsor 8 families for Thanksgiving. So we're going to be putting the baskets together, the food and all that stuff together the following week. And that'll be delivered to 8 families so that they can have a Thanksgiving this year and at least have food on the table and have a good eating Thanksgiving. So it's just different stuff that I do typically throughout the year. I know we do things here as Wolfpack, but that's something I do with my dad and something I do with the baby. So that's going to be good. And then, Christmas is coming up. So usually around December, January, I always get a bunch of stuff together, get some of my brothers together that are locally, and we put together packets and kits and literally go into the streets of Georgia and hand out like packets and kits to homeless people, whether it's a hat, gloves, toothpaste, deodorant. We order a bunch of lip balm, all that type of stuff. So I stayed throughout the year trying to do something to give back and put positive energy out. We always have to remember things not always not the best for everybody in every situation. So let's get on to this and let's see what's going to happen in this qualifying. Big shout out to Sebastian Vettel. Big shout out to you, sir. Career pole positions, they got those up there right there on the chart right now. You can see that. Now, listen, like I said, it's going to be the first to 4 questions for the quality kickback trivia games. We won't start until the break between Q1 and Q2, all right? That's when we'll start the trivia, and we'll run that trivia until somebody gets 4 questions right. And 4 questions is because Sebastian Vettel, 4-time world champion, youngest world champion in Formula One history, and the most successful Red Bull driver in existence. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're doing 4 instead of 3. And that gives you a little bit more time, gives you more opportunity. All right, things were very close. Got some challenging questions here. Definitely will be asking, so we'll see how that goes and who kind of knocks those down. If you happen to run through those questions, I will divert and start coming up with other questions on the fly to go ahead and get those things taken care of. So just remember that. We're going to make sure we have a good time here, make sure things get popping. So let's get ready to get into these qualifying. Let's see what they got. Right now, cars on the track, we already know pretty much. Like, we're not surprised about, first cars getting out there in these sector times and these lap times. Like, nobody's buying that right now, Sebastian, although retiring and we're saluting him, that he's going to be number one on the qualifying board, unless teams are just going to be like, yo, Seb, you could have pole position since you're leaving the race. I don't think anybody's going to do that, and I don't think Seb will want that. I don't think he will want something like that, but he may. It's celebratory. You never know. I mean, shit, it's not going to be indicting on anybody else's race. Trust me, those top teams are still going to be there when the race comes. Nobody's going to give up that race win. As you see, Russell got his race win last GP back in Brazil, so that was cool as hell. You know, first race win. I'm pretty sure that was a very emotional moment for him. I don't know if I would cry. He cried. But definitely would. It definitely is nice to get that up under your belt. And sometimes that can take a little bit of pressure off of you once you get it. Now it's like you're motivated to get more, but it's not like I don't have anything in my pocket whatsoever. So I'm stressed out here in these Formula One streets. So a big shout out to him for that. So we'll see how that's going to go. Let's see if Mercedes can kind of replicate what they've been doing. You know, with some FP free practice sessions, we saw them at the top. And then Red Bull pretty much took it over in FP3. And you never know, Seb might drive out of his mind. You know, like Aston Martin might turn this car, whatever they got to do to try to get him at least in the top 5, which would be cool as hell, right? So we'll see what happens with Seb. But I know it's just mainly because he's retiring while we got our eye on him. But as you see, Yuki Tsunoda pops up there at the top of your board, best in lap. All right, 126. By the way, I believe Max Verstappen does hold the lap record for this track. So that's going to be interesting to see how these times are going to compare to 2021 cars and the 2022 cars, if somebody else or maybe he himself might break that. So we'll see how that goes. And Yuki, Schumacher, Mick, Stroll, Vettel. I would like to see Aston Martin not get kicked out of Q1. Like, can they make it to Q2 and possibly make it into Q3? That would be nice to see. Also, somebody else that is going to be leaving is Latifi, and I saw that Albon had a shout out to Latifi on the back of his helmet. I don't know, where Latifi's going to end up. In my opinion, I don't think Latifi has shown enough to remain in Formula One, especially in one of the 2 front seats. Maybe a reserve driver, possibly, if somebody wants to take a chance on that. But honestly, I don't even see that being the case. I think Latifi probably is going to end up going somewhere else and maybe driving for another racing series and maybe do something there. I kind of do think that his time in Formula One is up altogether, unless he does something exciting and just like undeniable in another racing series and somebody's like, yo, maybe he has learned something. Maybe he's grown a bit. Let's give him a chance. But the good thing for Latifi is he's in a Williams, right? So even doing horrible and being bad, there's this like he was in a Williams, though. Is there a possibility, even the slightest possibility, that he could do that in which he did in another racing series in another car, a different team in Formula One? That possibility is still out there. Lincoln Clay, VR, what's up? Your next poll should be whether or not Max gets Checo released from Red Bull. Bro, hey, it ain't should be, it will be. Super chatted. You super chatted that, bro. I got to go ahead and salute that. So here we go. Hey, I'm gonna make it more spicy than that. Because we can actually get on that too. We can actually get on that. So let's boom. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it, just vote on it. Shout out to Clay. Will Max have Perez ran out of Red Bull? That's what I want to know. Will Max have Perez ran out of Red Bull? All right. Excuse the 2 halves, but yes. Big shout out, Jay Starship. Jay Starship, we miss you. We miss you. Jay Starship back in the house. Y'all were asking the lady, the myth, the legend. Jay Starship is back in the live chat. People going to be glad to see you. Reezy going to be glad to see you. He asked about you. You know what I'm saying? He asked about you in the last Wolves Den. There she is. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Jay Starship? So glad to have you back. I know life you living, you building. Congrats, and I'm wishing that more positive vibes up to you. So, yeah, that's what we got with that situation. So, let's check out these times. They starting to populate on these boards. Perez at the top. Perez led coming out of FP3, and now Perez is leading right now, top of the board. Second behind him is Charles, and we're going to see if Charles can keep that. Norris, Lando right behind him in third. And it's been kind of interesting to see that McLaren, especially Lando, have been popping up to the top of these charts in qualifying. Although the races ended horribly for McLaren as a team, with Daniel having the incident with Magnussen and DNF, and then Lando having failure in DNF, and that was not a good situation for them. So let's see if they can end the season on a very positive note. Big shout out X-Trax 38. Mercedes have clawed back almost 1 second to catch Red Bull and Ferrari over the season. Let's hope they can add to that with the W14. Yes, we are hoping that they can add to that. Not only just exclusively if you're a Mercedes or Lewis or Russell fan, but for the greatness of the sport, right? We want to see more teams battling it out for top positions. That's what makes racing more interesting. Even Max fans, and big shout out, because a lot of Max fans did not appreciate the characteristics that Max displayed with the whole Brazil situation. It was disgusting, it was disrespectful, and it was quite frankly what a lot of us have been telling you about Max's character. But we want to see, like, McLaren, Aston Martin, even Alpine, for real. Alpine has made some progressional progress as well. I would like to see them up there, like on the eighth end, more on the high side of the mid pack, and every now and then pop in the top 5. So yeah, we want to see that. But it is monumental what X-Trax 38 said about their progress from the beginning to the season now. That is tremendous for a team to be able to bring back what I would call a shit box and now make it a competitive car over the last 4 races. That is very, very commendable. Galacticus, you're next on the Super Chat menu. Latifi will pay to drive somewhere he got money. Oh, my gosh, Galacticus. Correction. Michael Latifi has that check and that money. Sofina Products, food products, and we went over this. They have the money. If you don't remember, Michael Latifi's dad pretty much extended out to Williams in that hard time. Verstappen over the radio. Headrest, just a headrest issue. He thinks it's broken. But Latifi, the Safina Food Company, had basically extended out almost a credit, I want to say a $60 million to Williams, somewhere around there, 60 or 40 million. But then they also gave them a $20 million loan, which pretty much paid for Latifi's seat. Big sponsorship. So something that's going to be interesting going into next season is, will we still see the Safina Foods logo on the back of the Williams car, or not, due to the exit of Latifi? Also, mind you that Michael had bought into McLaren Racing. Okay, now some of that's been paid back, but he also bought some interest into McLaren Racing with Zach Brown and the Papaya team. So would it be interesting to see if Latifi ends up as a reserve driver over there with the driver lineup that McLaren is putting together? I don't think he fits, but if he does, it will be another indictment about money being able to get you a placement in Formula One versus talent and the money you bring. A paid seat, indeed, that would show us, okay? Oh, also, the baby doesn't know, but I'm still working on putting her a go-kart together to gift to her and give her at Christmas, so she doesn't know about it yet. She's walked by it several times and hasn't even seen it. And I put a Formula One style body on it, so that's what's really cool. And, of course, there's some Wolfpack logos on there. But just popped a new motor in there. The other motor was bad, so took that out, figured it out. I had a Honda motor sitting that I thought I would put in there, but I went ahead and bought a new motor, put that in there. I'm going to have to do something with her tires and her wheels and get the seat fixed. But yeah, and I'm also looking for a kart myself so I can drive around with her and have a good time and kind of teach her how to drive it, all right? So right now, Verstappen goes ahead and pops up at the top of the chart. That's not a surprise. Max does do that. He's done that pretty much all season. It's going to be interesting to see if this Red Bull car progresses next season. I think it will, but more interesting that other teams progressing to catch that Red Bull car, which Mercedes have already shown that they have the potential, the progress, and the team to do it. Because they've made quite a bit, as X-Trax said, leaps and bounds of improvement. Right now, we are about 5 minutes into Q1, and as it sits right now, it seems like McLaren and Aston Martin are returning back to their normal form. I don't know if Aston Martin's going to make it out of Q1, and that would be pretty disappointing with Seb on his way out, celebratory this last race for him, and then he doesn't even make it out of Q1, but it won't be anything that we haven't seen before and something definitely that he's not accustomed to having, which I think is kind of disappointing for Seb to be as successful as he has been in Formula One, to now come to Aston Martin, the green team, the green bull, with the financial backing of the Stroll family, and not be very competitive. I'm not saying that they haven't made some incremental progress, nothing like Mercedes has made though, right? Even after copying the design or replicating the design of the RB18 almost to a fault and very critical, a lot of criticism was handed their way. I don't think they've done that. And I don't know if they still do that with Alonso coming in. I don't know if that really helps them. And I don't know what the development's going to look like, if their car's going to look the same. I mean, they had one of the better looking cars when the cars were announced and when we were going through the car drops. Then it was Ferrari, and then it was Mercedes, because their concept was so different than everybody else's with the B spec anyway. So we'll see how that's going to go. Now, all in, Vettel's coming out on track. Schumacher, Zhou, Bottas, Latifi coming back out on track. Let me see what you all got going on in the chat. By the way, the last race, if you were not there at the last esports race, the grudge race that we had, it was quite interesting. Had a ton of new entrances. Dave showed up, hasn't driven in forever, and did pretty well, especially in qualifying. In the race, kind of got handed over. Broken Hypocrite, sick with the flu, got out of bed to race, and took a second race with his time joining us. Joshua was able to join us. His family let him stay up late. Somebody locked him out of the Mercedes car. So from here on out, a car will be saved for Joshua. And he drove the Williams and actually won driver of the day. We got to see those two drivers go battle to battle, which was pretty interesting. It would have been, I think it would have been a little bit better with Joshua in the Mercedes, but Broken Hypocrite, no doubt, is a competitor. Let me tell you something about Broken Hypocrite. All right, let me just be straight up with you all. When I was at COTA, when I was at the race, I met Broken Hypocrite. And let me tell you, he was literally going team to team, because most teams have a sim racing in their paddock club section. Literally, he was going from team to team to get the highest, the best lap times and beat everybody else's times in Ferrari, in Aston Martin, in McLaren. That is what he does. So he is a very competitive person, and he's a very successful person when it comes to that racing, but he's also very humble. He shares his settings because he wants to create an environment where we all can get faster. So that's very good for the drivers. Also, stay tuned, because I'm likely going to launch a racing league coming up as the season ends for Formula One. The season will begin for us. I got to be tempered. Like I said, I've been holding off construction around here after we had the flood damage. I've been holding off construction until the race season ends so we can have less disturbances with our content. But as the season ends, I'm going to have to let them come in. They got to do all the floors. They got to do the ceiling. They got to do sheetrock. They got to do the second floor ceiling sheetrock. Luckily, the third floor is fine. But yeah, they're going to have to do a lot of construction around here. Also, equipment's going to change up. I'm going to be working to make sure that the Wi-Fi situation around here is heavily improved, so we have better streams, better continuity and connectivity. So there's a lot of things I'm working on. We are under 2 minutes in this qualifying session, and we are about to enter trivia. Remember, trivia will start between Q1 and Q2, and that is coming up right now. Unfortunately, sadly to say, drivers looking like they will not make it out of Q1. Vettel, Schumacher, Bottas, Albon, and Latifi. We are not surprised about Latifi, and unfortunately to say, we are also not surprised about Vettel. It would have been cool to see him make it into Q3, with this possibly being his last time qualifying in a Formula One race. But as it sits right now, his teammate Stroll is in front of him. Max Verstappen stops in front of Lewis Hamilton trying to get out on track, and Lewis Hamilton has to go around him. That was an Alonso move on behalf of Max Verstappen. Like Alonso pulled in the pits to block Lewis Hamilton up, that was an Alonso move. No wonder they're so similar. Max Verstappen literally full stop in front of Lewis Hamilton trying to come back out on the track, and Lewis Hamilton has to go around him. Don't know if there was a mechanical issue there. I just know that that didn't look good, and that was something that I hope they're not going to penalize Lewis Hamilton for, especially if Max ended up having some mechanical issues. So I'm not sure yet if it was on purpose, but I do know he had to go around. So we'll see what happened with that later on. I'm pretty sure they'll deliver that news. I'm pretty sure you'll deliver that news as well. I did have that clip of Alonso being so dirty, the dirty, dusty type of person he is in Formula One, the dusty, dirty hater that he is. But right now, by the way, Vettel pops out to 5. Vettel pops out to 5. Go figure. Pops out to 5 to get out of, hopefully, he will be out of Q1 into Q2. That will be awesome. The checker flag drops on qualifying for Q1 right now, not on qualifying altogether. So we still have 2 more sessions. But yes, Vettel pops out of there, strolls out of there. So Aston Martin actually going to make it into Q2. Drivers that seem like they are not going to make it: Gasly, Bottas, Alonso, Albon, and Latifi. The Williams team all together is not going to make it out of there. There we go. Let's see, it is closed all down. The checker flag drops, and that's what we got. K-Mag drops on down there. So evidently, Alonso gets his time above K-Mag. K-Mag doesn't get as good a time as Alonso. So now Magnussen is going to join that. Our last pole position sitter by default, but a very good thing to see, and they enjoyed it heavily. So Gasly's been a little, I don't know if Alpine's like really like, damn, did we sign the wrong dude to this contract? Gasly hasn't been doing obscenely well as of late. So I don't know if Alpine is as excited as they may have been on the onset of knowing that they were going to get Gasly as they may be now seeing some of his performance. They might be like, we might have signed the wrong dude. Like, for real. Damn it. We should have handled our business with Piastri like we should have handled the business. But yes, there it is. Magnussen, Gasly, Bottas, Albon, and Latifi do not make it into Q2. They do not make it into Q2. So that is what we got. Let's go, Seb. Let's go, Seb. Let's go. I like that. So listen, here we go. We're about to start kickback quality trivia. Max Verstappen doesn't even worry about it. He's first. Perez second. The Ferrari boys 3 and 4. And Mercedes, Russell 7. Hamilton 8. Let's see what happens in Q2. We're about to start the trivia games. Remember, in the trivia games, answer with Super Chat so I can see it. I'm not going to sift through everything. Doesn't matter the amount. It just needs to be lit up on the board. We are about to kick off quality kickback trivia. Your first question is, what active driver historically has the least amount of podiums and without a race win? Has the least amount of podiums without a race win. What driver is this? He's active on the grid. He's active on the grid. What active driver on the grid right now has the least amount of podiums, but without a race win to his name? What driver would that be? Answer with a super chat. Answer with a super chat as it goes. And if nobody kind of gets it, what I will do is give you a clue and then give you another breadcrumb to lead you to the answer. But this driver, and remember, you have to answer with a super chat. This driver, and by the way, somebody answered without a super chat, and it's Jay Starship, but that answer that she gave, the first one, Norris, he actually has the active driver who has a good amount of podiums without a race win. No, it is not Latifi. Latifi, I don't even think Latifi's been on podium. I don't think Latifi's even been on podium. This driver has been on podium, but has the least amount of podiums with a race win. And I'm going to tell you, there's already a good clue out there. One of those answers Jay Starship gave, but it's not in a super chat, so it doesn't count, is actually one of those drivers is the answer. That's as good as clue as I can give you if you're going to get it right. Big shout out to Cornbread. Big shout out to Spider. So who's going to get it? The answer is out there. And it's Thanksgiving, and she gave it up for Thanksgiving. It is out there. Who's going to get it? The driver with the least amount of podiums and without a race win. You have to answer with a super chat. The answer is already out there. You just have to answer with the super chat. It is already out there if you pay attention. Thank you, Jay Starship. I'm trying to tell him she done put the answer out there. You got to answer with a super chat. Who's gonna get this point? I'm waiting to see. No. This shit is too funny. This shit, it is not Gasly. It is not Hulkenberg. The Jay Starship literally gave y'all the answer. It is K-Mag. Thank you very much. It is Kevin Magnussen, Spider 35. I'm going to write you down for getting that answer right. It is K-Mag with one podium, but never having a race win on the podium. So it is K-Mag. So Spider 35 has one. All right, Spider, you in there. You got one. All right, big shout out to you for that. We're going to work all of that out. So big shout out to you for that. Yes, you do have one. That is good. All right, so Spider 35 got that right. That was a funny one. That shit right there got tricky. That shit got spooky. Oh, that shit got spooky. All right, so the next question while we are waiting for these teams right now to get back on the track for the next qualifying session. All right, so we're going to go to the next question. Here's the next trivia question. Remember, you have to answer with a super chat. Jay Starship gave y'all the answer. Y'all took forever to take her breadcrumb. It wasn't even a crumb. It was like a big slice of French toast bread. Goodness gracious, let's get it. All right, so here we go. The next one is this. Name the world driving champions that are currently active on the grid. Name the world driving champions that are currently active on the grid. Name them all. You can't put one, you need to put them all. Name the current drivers on the grid that are world driving champions right now in Abu Dhabi, active right now. You have to name them all. It can't be one, can't be two. That's already a clue, so you know there's more than two. So name the current active drivers that are world champions right now actively on the grid in Abu Dhabi. Who are they? Spider 35 is up on the board already with one. Name them. Who are they? Oh my goodness. Things. It is Alonso, Vestal. You lucky. I got you. Alonso, Vettel, and Max. Wildcat popped in there. Spider 35 almost got two. There you go. Wildcat is on the board. Wildcat is on the board for one. Wildcat on the board for one. It is Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel, and Max Verstappen. By the way, I will have on a special shirt for tomorrow's race. Y'all got to be fast. Right now, you still got plenty of time to be one that wins, right? We only have two people on the board. Each of them only have 1 point each. It's going to be the first person to 4 points, all right? All the way from now to the end of this stream, you're going to have an opportunity to get your points on the board, all right? So right now, Spider 35, Wildcat, one up, only one each, so there's plenty of time for you to be able to get another answer and still get on the board and take it back. The winner of today will spin for a $50 or $25 gift card in Finale Lap tomorrow, all right? So next question, all right, because these drivers are getting back on the track. Hamilton says the brake is still a problem, so evidently Hamilton is having some problems with his brake, so that's something to pay attention to. Hopefully brake less, drive faster. Maybe he can go ahead and pop up their top three for the qualifying. Next question, all right, here we go. Next question. It's going to get a little spooky, all right? What F1 constructors has Perez driven for? Name the Formula One constructors that Sergio Perez Checo has driven for, even the active one. So there's a clue. So I already gave you a clue. The active one is one. Name the other three constructors that Sergio Perez has driven for in Formula One. Boo, 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 boo. So I'm going to mark these off because they done. We got those. And this question, name the other, there you got to name them all, but the current constructor that he drives for is one of them. Name the other constructors that Sergio Perez has driven for. Oof, I know that question was like, oh, damn, people are all searching. They searching right now for this shit. Until the answer pops up, I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. That's only two. You got to name them all. That's only two. So right now, Galacticus has put two. Okay, so we got Racing Point, Force India. That's only three. That's only three. That's only three. So y'all giving the answer it's another one. So right now, we got Racing Point, Force India, and Red Bull. That's three of them. There is one more constructor that Perez has driven for that is still out there. If you name all four, you can steal this question. And even those who have just answered, if they come back, AMR, no. There's another one. It's the correct name for it. I'm telling you. It's in there. It's on the list. It is a total of four. Let's see. Red Bull, Sauber, Racing Point, Force India. There you go. Spider 35 not playing with y'all. Good job. Cornbread, you almost came in there, but you are missing Racing Point. There it is. Spider 35, Racing Point, Red Bull, Sauber, and Force India. Good job. There it is. So you got that question. So Spider is now on the board for two. Remember, it is the first 2-4. First 2-4. Good job on that one. Let me write you down for that. Spider on the board for that question. That way I can give an account after. Good job. Oof, that was nice. That was nice. All right, here we go on the next one. Right now, we got Russell at the top. Lewis Hamilton second. Vettel third. Tsunoda fourth. Oh my goodness, Mercedes just popped up. So don't be surprised. We already know Red Bull are very good, especially Max Verstappen. Although Perez has led out of FP3 and even been at the top of the charts in qualifying, we already know Max can lay down a hot lap and take over that number one spot for pole position. It is very possible. I don't likely see another situation where K-Mag gets pole position. We have a red flag, don't go back in, and next thing you know, he ends up as the pole position sitter. That's not going to happen. That was a very good opportunity for K-Mag, and I'm glad he enjoyed it, but that is over, and plus K-Mag didn't even make it into Q2. So there you go on that. But Schumacher did make it into Q2, and he's also going to be another driver without a seat, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him. But we are 10 minutes into the qualifying Q2 session. Right now, the Ferrari boys are are right there in 3 and 4. We're going to see how long they hang out there. Stroll pops up to the board in third. So that's awesome. Lando sitting above 10. There's some improvement for him, but Danny Rick down there at 12. And already, this situation with Danny Rick going back to Red Bull is, I think I understand it, and I'm going to talk about it later. We're going to be live probably again later today because I do another video for updates going into the GP and all that other stuff. So I'm going to talk a little bit more, elaborate a little bit more about my thoughts, my opinions as to Danny Rick if he returns back to Red Bull. So definitely be here for that. It's going to be a good time. It'll be open for everybody. So we'll have a good time on that as well. And probably get an opportunity for whoever wins the trivia games to come back in and boast and brag. So that's going to be cool to see. By the way, listen, I'm telling you, my haters are my motivators. Remember, you can't even be in this chat unless you're a subscriber of the channel, right? If you're a subscriber or a family member, you're here with us during qualifying today. And then we open everything up for finale lap for everybody. So keep that in mind. Big time. Keep that in mind. So let's go ahead back over here and see what we got. Right now we got Sainz at the top of the board in 1, Lando in 2, and splitting on the other side of Lando is Charles in 3. All right. So Mercedes sink back 4. Russell's off track. Hamilton looks like, where is Hamilton? He just flashed somewhere. He's going back on the track, and we'll see what he ends up doing. So yeah, Russell's back in the garage. Perez, there you go, Red Bull. I told you, there goes Perez leading though. But I told you, don't be surprised. We know the RB18 fast as hell, and it's going to pop to the top of the board, and it does. Sergio and Max in that 1 and 2, kicking Sainz back to 3, Lando to 4, and Charles to 5. As it sits right now, I'm not even worried about anything if it's not in the top 5, for real. If it's not in top 5 right now, I'm not worried about it. We got 7 minutes in the Q2 session. Drivers in jeopardy of not making it right now, as you see, is Zhou. Schumacher, Stroll, Ricciardo, and Tsunoda right now in jeopardy of not making it into Q3, all right? They are in jeopardy of not making it into Q3. That is what we got going on. All right, so let's see what we got here, all right? Next question. Here's the next question. We're going to see what we got. I got another question for you. Stream together. All right, here we go. Just hit my IT section up. All right, so here we go. Ricciardo is going muscle. Checo out of the seat 2024. X-Tracks, I don't even think it's more of that. I think they're preparing for Perez to dip. I think internally they know Perez is probably done after the bullshit that happened in Brazil. I think Perez is like, screw this shit. And I think they're preparing for that. And also it could be the fact that Red Bull are letting Perez know that if he doesn't do what they want him to do, they got a replacement ready for him. You know, that could be that type of situation as well. So we're going to see what happens with that. So we're going to see what happens with that. All right. Next question. Next question for the trivia, kickback quality trivia. All right. Here we go. What driver holds the records for most points, most wins with the same constructor, most podiums, most number of laps led, most pole positions, and most wins altogether? What driver is this that holds all that shit? Come on, you got to answer with a super chat. Let's go. So what driver holds records for the most points, most wins with the same constructor, most podiums, most number of laps led, most pole positions, and most wins? Who is this driver? Ooh, Hamilton up there right behind Perez, splitting the Red Bull team. There we go. Let me see. I think we got it. Let's see what we got. Boom! Wildcat gets on the board. It is indeed Lewis Hamilton. Wildcat on the board, 2 up with him and Spider. 2 up with him and Spider. He is correct. He is indeed correct. It is Lewis Hamilton holds all of that shit and more. Just imagine that. All of that and more. We're talking about hella records. Yes, it is Lewis Hamilton. You got that right. It is Lewis Hamilton. Wildcat was the fastest. He gets the point right now. Spider Galacticus, you got to be fast, man. You know you like a 2-time champ around here. Derwin Hill gets on the board. He gets on the answer, but he wasn't fast enough. But it is indeed Lewis Hamilton. All right, so here we go. Here we go. Here's the next question. Here is the next question. What driver has the most fastest laps in Formula One history? What driver has the most fastest laps in Formula One history? Who's it going to be? What driver has the most fastest laps in Formula One history? Who is it? Let me see who's going to pop up with this one. Let me see who's going to get on the board with this one. Who is that driver? You got to answer with a super chat. Most fastest laps. No. That is not it. Boo! Galactic is on the board with Schumacher. Indeed, it is Schumacher. It is Schumacher. Let's see. It is Schumacher with 77. Lewis Hamilton is right behind him with 61. It is Schumacher. So Galacticus taking points away from Spider and Wildcat, giving other people another opportunity to also get on the board with one. Galacticus, you got that one right. Let me put you down for that. Ooh, we might have to put in some more questions. This quality kickback might have to go out a little long because they ain't playing today with these. Big shout out. It's the first to 4 due to Sebastian Vettel last race. Let's look at these boards. We are 2 minutes and 40 seconds into Q2. Drivers in risk of not making it is Joe, Schumacher, Stroll, Ricardo, and Tsunoda. Right now, we got Perez, Lewis Hamilton splitting Red Bull, and Russell on the other side of that. Ooh, 2-minute warning with a Red Bull and Mercedes mixed party, buddies. Let's get it in. All right, here we go. By the way, I'm going to wear a special shirt tomorrow. Special shirt. Woo, y'all got on that board. I'm trying to tell you, got heavy right there. It got heavy right there. All right, here we go. Here we go. Next up. Oh, no, it's not Seb. Indeed, it is not Seb. Oh my gosh, this stream shit is killing me. What the fuck is going on? All right, here we go. All right, YouTube is killing me. All right, YouTube is acting up right now, y'all. No bullshit. I'm hoping they don't kick it up. YouTube got to update their system next season. That's what YouTube got to do. They got to update their system because this is ridiculous. All this stuff with YouTube, they got to put the money into the system so we as streamers can make sure we got a good stream for y'all. All right, so here we go. Next question. And this is a gimme. Like, this shit going to be easy peasy. All right. Who is the most successful driver in Red Bull's existence? Who is the most successful driver in Red Bull's existence? Got to answer with a super chat. The most successful driver in Red Bull, the constructor's existence. Oh, shit. We got seconds in the Q2. Seconds. We got seconds. Right now, Stroll might be out of there. Joe might be out of there. Alonso might be out of there. Ricardo might be out of there. Lewis Hamilton still in second. Oh, shit. I see the board populating with super chats. Let me see what we got. Wildcat says Vettel. Let's see. Who was first, though? Wildcat says Vettel. Wildcat, you are correct. It is Vettel. Derwin said Hill. No, Derwin, it is not Max. Max only being a 2-time champion. Sebastian Vettel, a 4-time world champion, and the youngest Formula One world champion in history. It is Vettel. So Wildcat with 3. Wildcat has 3. Wildcat has 3. Here we go. Wildcat in with 3. Wildcat only needs one more answer. One more answer to get it. Electric got it. Let me see. Oh, Electric got it. No, Electric got it. My bad. Thank you. Electric got it. Let me get you off. Electric is on the board. He got it right. It's on the board for that. So I got to omit that. So Electric is on the board for that. Got you. Electric is on the board. Got it. Thank you very much. Here we go. So we got Spider with 2, Wildcat with 2, Galacticus with 1, Electric with 1. So big shout out to you on that. All right, so damn, these points is getting spread around. They are getting spread around. Let me tell you that. Let me make sure I got it right. Electric Cornbread with 1 point. Okay, boom. All right, I got you. Electric, I got you. That's my bad. I got you. You on the board. Before you ask, hold on, listen. No, yeah, you know what? No, he is right. No, Wildcat is right. That question came on the end of the last question. No, that's correct. That is correct. So Wildcat actually did get that right first. That is correct. It's all in fun, y'all. It's all in fun. So I'm going to take that off, and it is 3. So Wildcat has 3. Let's not get in a fight. We still just try to have fun, too. Let's not get in a fight. Just blame it on me. Don't blame it on nobody else. So Wildcat has 3 points. He only needs 1 more to get it correct. That question did come. It's okay. Supercharged loaded, too. I got you. Don't worry about it. So Wildcat, 3. He only needs 1 more to win this, all right? So the next question, it could be the final question if y'all let Wildcat get in there first, all right? Hold on, that was not correct. He said that for the last question. I got you. Galacticus, you right too. Got you. It's all good. Appreciate it. We're just trying to have fun, but everybody want to be correct, and this is why I rely on my family to keep me straight, all right? So drivers that did not make it into Q3, you already see them. Here goes the next question. Here we go. I know there is a timing issue. That's a big fact. There's a damn issue with YouTube. I can tell you that shit. All right, so here we go. Here's the next question. What driver has the record for having the most podiums with one constructor? No. Scratch that. What driver has the most podiums at one particular circuit? I'm going to ask that one instead. What driver has the record for having the most podiums at one specific circuit? Who is this driver? Who is the driver that holds the record for having the most podiums at one specific circuit? Who is this driver? I know y'all, I know they like, damn, who the hell is it? Oh, shit. Yo, I'm going to tell you like this. Wildcat came to play and Spider 35 ain't far behind him. It is indeed Lewis Hamilton with 13 at Silverstone. Spider is the winner of the trivia games, making it to 4, which is also the number of wins and championships that Sebastian Vettel has. Also the most successful driver in Red Bull's existence. And yes, that lap, that car is off track. Lewis Hamilton. It is often funny that Max Verstappen also does that, but they don't delete his track time. Are they going to do it today? Because that indeed is off track as well. So they're going to have to do something. But indeed, it is Lewis Hamilton at Silverstone. Wildcat, you are a quality kickback trivia winner. You will be spending for a $50 or $25 gift card tomorrow at Finale Lap. I'm going to write it down right now. Congratulations, Wildcat. Spider 35, you was getting on it. Y'all was getting up there, for real. Y'all weren't playing no games on that board. Y'all weren't playing no games today for trivia. Y'all was lighting that shit up. Y'all were lighting it up. So I will write it down tomorrow. Wildcat will spend for a $50 or a $25 gift card. Congratulations, Wildcat. I'm bringing the smoke today, baby. You ain't lying. You not lying. And also, we will have another race next week. We're going to have another grudge race next week. So if you want to participate, you need to go ahead, send me a request on EA or a request on the Xbox system. It's better to send it on EA because if you're not on Xbox, you can cross-play, but send it to me. And my gamer tag, I'm going to put it right now in the chat so you can go ahead and send me that request ahead of time. Be there when we do free practice. It's harder when people don't show up to free practice or quali. Then we have to drop the system. We have to start it all over, but we will do it. But we're only going to do it a couple of times because we don't want to ruin the whole flow. Congratulations, Wildcat, for winning Kickback Trivia. He will be spending for a $25 or $50 gift card tomorrow live on Finale Lap. Also, we're going to have two people, two viewers are going to be rewarded their VIP Tier 1 boxes tomorrow on Finale. So we got a real celebrating going on Finale Lap tomorrow. We celebrating a lot. Celebrating Tier 1 VIP members, celebrating Wildcat getting a $50 or $25 gift card. There's a lot going on. I'm wearing a special shirt for tomorrow's episode. It's going to be big time. So Wildcat, I got you right here. I'm going to put you down here with the list of VIP members. We're going to spend it for that gift card. Y'all did a great job. Red Bull is always blocking. That's what the hell they do. So big shout out to you all for that. Yeah, so that's going down. We're going to have a good time on that. Waiting for these cars to come out for Q3, trying to see who's going to get the pole position. Mary Beanie, what's up, Wildcat? You win this pit. You can't do good in a E-race. Hey, Jay, what's happening with Lewis? I can't watch the track sober after being there last year. I don't mind. Lewis is actually doing a damn good job. You can see it right there on the board. He has split Red Bull at one part of time. Then Perez jumps up. The Ferrari boys jump up. And then Max comes up, kicks Lewis back to 5th. But still, Mercedes is up there, top 5. We're going to see what happens in Q3. That's going to be the interesting thing. And that is also what we want to see and what we want to know. So we're going to see how that goes. So yeah, we're in a good situation. We just need to see how it's going to plan out and play out for them. So we will be paying attention to that. as well as going into that. So it's a very interesting qualifying. It's the last qualifying for Seb. So that's what's also interesting to try to see what he's going to end up doing. But we will get into that, and we will be live here later on today for the updates. Oh my goodness. Trying to tell you. YouTube is not participating. They got a bunch of BS going on. I'm getting the messages right here. Uh, they're saying it's crazy on YouTube right now. Right now, YouTube is screwing up. I just got a message saying that they're having data issues over at YouTube 948. So they're having data issues. So we're gonna hopefully this stream doesn't end. But I'm letting you know right now, I just got a warning for YouTube saying that they are having data issues on this end. So it's quite possibly that we end up dropping off. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to stay here hoping that we can get through Q3 and not have a bunch of issues. But big shout out to you all for participating in the qualifying. That's looking good. So let's see what happens. Let's see how this goes with Danny Rick. Let's see how it goes with him leaving, going to reserve driver or whatever it may be. Lando makes it into Q3. Danny Rick did not make it. Danny Rick made it, but he's at the bottom. But he's not going to be with the McLaren team next season. He's supposedly may be with Red Bull as a reserve driver. I don't know how that's going to go, but I will talk about that later on today's live. Russell and Hamilton, 5 and 8. Like I said, at this point in time, we're not even worried about anything below top 5. I know that the Ferrari boys are hoping that they can end the season on a good note, because right now, I'm pretty sure Charles is not happy with the way his seasons went. I'm pretty sure he looks at Ferrari like they really let a championship winning season get away from him, given their mistakes. Now, I'm not saying Charles hasn't made his mistakes, right? Because he's made his mistakes. But Charles hasn't made as many mistakes as Ferrari as a team have made with strategy and mistakes and pit stops and all the other bull crap and the unreliability of the power unit. All right, so here we go. Hamilton is on a flying lap. We're going to see how this goes. Definitely hit that like button. Thank you very much. By the way, the family is growing. We literally have, we're just over 100 family members now. So the family is steadily growing. Don't forget, the Discord is going to be coming. I think that's got enough traction with you all to kind of show me that you might actually use it. So the Discord is going to be coming. I will also be developing that at the end of the Formula One season and then kick that off. There's going to be some sections in there for you all to share experiences with, to have a lot of debate in. So I'm going to set up a few different rooms, and that's going to be fun. Only members, only Wolfpack family members will have access to the Discord, though. All right. So you have to be more than a subscriber to be part of the Discord group. Only Wolfpack family members will, and likely, depending on the financial compensation for the Discord, there may be another level of membership that may have to be acquired, or you may have to level up in order to get the Discord. But I will definitely convey all of that information to you all as I develop things and see what the costs are going to be, to see how we're going to lay all that out. Always remember, we try to keep the cost at minimal for you with the memberships. It's really about part of being a family, building a family, and doing a lot of things. But keep that also in mind. So I will be conveying all that information to you. There's going to be a lot of new things coming for the new season, and even in the off season. We're going to be doing a lot of e-racing in the off season, because so as this season ends, our season begins. So grudge racing will continue throughout. Also, guests will continue throughout. Also, Zoom meets also will continue throughout. We still will have those, but with the Discord coming about, we may have a different avenue and way to communicate and do those meetings. So that also is a different thing. And also, this helps me give you alerts to when things are happening, and everybody that's on there will get those alerts versus having to try to find you all in the chat. Some of you all don't have all the same social media platforms. So with the Discord group, we will have one central hub for communication, which will be a lot more efficient when things are happening and information needs to be conveyed. So we're growing here at Wolfpack. Wolfpack's doing a different thing in the space, and we're going to continue to do that. Right now, we got Sainz at the top of the chart. Perez second, and Charles third. Verstappen pops up there at number 1, doing what he typically damn does. Galacticus, big shout out. Thank you. Like, that's some shit that I didn't even pay attention to. Sylvia Wick brought it to my attention first on Twitter. Big shout out. Yes, we are over 11,000 subscribers. So big shout out to that. YouTube keeps kind of trying to screw me. It's going to be a problem. Audio stream current bit rate is 0, is low. Then recommend. I'm telling you, this is crazy. This is crazy. But Max Verstappen lays down a hot lick. So we got that going on. So let's see what else they're going to do. Let's see if Hamilton's going to come up. Right now, Hamilton's back in 5th. Ferrari boys are trying to come up here and do some things. We're 7 minutes into Q3, and it looks like it could possibly be a Red Bull front row. Just letting you know. This just based off what I'm looking at right now, Ferrari don't look to seem like they might be able to take that number 1 and number 2 spot over together. So we might have a mixed front 6, which is interesting to me. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with a mixed front 6. I like to see that. I like to see the grid mixed up even at the top. Like 1 and 2 lockouts is definitely cool. Like, that's definitely good. But I think we as viewers get more of an interesting race when it's peppered and salted throughout. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get some teams that aren't expected, like we had last time. We get teams that aren't expected to be in that top section. They're fighting to keep it. Other teams are fighting to get around from them. Elbows tend to flare out a little bit more. So I'm not mad at that if that happens. Not at all. All right, we got 8 minutes. We're coming up. Vettel, big shout out to Vettel making it to Q3. Let me say that. Vettel makes it to Q3. So big shout out to him for that. What about having some merch to buy to support? Yes. So I am already developing certain shirts that will be able to be purchased and hat that will be able to be purchased just outside of the VIP box. All right. So that is also something that is coming, but exclusively, some items are only available exclusively through the VIP box. And that is how that will remain. But I am working on a hat design and a shirt design that everybody can purchase via the website, and that you can get those anytime. So that will be available. And also the decals will also be available as well. So yeah, Galacticus, the merch also will be something that's going to be in working form in the off season, and hopefully will be available before the season comes up. If not, I will announce it as we go into testing for 2023 and car unveiling. So yeah, that's something that also will be coming. Big shout out to you for even bringing that up so I can mention it. I work on a lot of things, and sometimes they evade me, but I got hella notes around here. Like I said, I've already put $3,000 into the editing center for a custom build out so that editing can go a little bit better, a little bit faster. Hopefully I can get videos rendered faster and get them up better. And then also that will enable that powerhouse laptop to come over here for stream so we can update the streaming capability. I'm also going to be putting money into the network here so that outside of YouTube having their issues, our streaming can be more confident. The game streaming can be higher. There's a lot of things I'm putting into. So I'm already looking at probably putting in a total of $5,000 already in these last 2 weeks into upgrading things going into next season. And it probably won't stop there. So equipment is very vital. Investing into the platform so that you all have a better experience is very vital and important. And that's something that I'm doing. So let's see what we got right here. We still got Danny Rick at the bottom and Lando joins him, but Rick goes ahead and pops up right behind Vettel. I think that Danny Rick would like to leave McLaren with an exclamation mark, right? But if he does that, then it's kind of like, well, what the fuck were you doing the entire time you weren't doing anything? Like, if you came and did this in the last race, where was that heat, that passion, that desire to do all of that shit throughout the course of the season? You know, but I mean, I guess it still would say something for other teams who are like, hey, maybe he still does have it, but it's still kind of, that would be kind of like an indictment on me. Like, Danny Rick, what the hell you was doing? Like, big shout out to you though. Like I said, you know, and by the way, Galactus, I got your information on that display, so I'm gonna look into that too. Max Verstappen, number 1, Sainz, number 2, Perez, number 3, Leclerc, 4, and Hamilton in 5th. And we're going to see if Mercedes can do anything better. Hopefully they can keep these cars on the track to avoid having lap times deleted. I've seen in this that he's off track. He is off track. He's over. Why? See, this is what I'm saying. He's over and the time didn't get deleted. He is clearly off the damn track. Yo, oh my damn goodness. He's clearly off the track. Like, no bullshit. Max clearly went off track limits. That corner. Spider, I was just saying that. Come on, man. This is the bullshit that people be talking about. They got to do something about that. Come on. Like, we even saw Hamilton go off track earlier. Like, times are getting deleted. And this situation has happened with Max several times this season where we've seen him off track, but lap time not get deleted. I think people are tired of seeing that. Goodness damn gracious. It is BS. For real. All right, so we are under 2 minutes. We are in the 2-minute warning, all right? Now, remember, when qualifying is over, I have to dip out of here to get to the kickathon to support the baby. So I will be getting off here pretty promptly, but I will be back live again later on today. Come on, let's see. We're under 2 minutes. Under 2 minutes. Yeah, ooh. Oh my gosh. I will also be working on something, making sure we are more than straight tomorrow. On my end, everything is good. It's something going on with YouTube. So what I'm going to do, especially with YouTube, is send out a message or something to see what they got going on. Hopefully we will be here live, and I will be live again today. So that, unfortunately give us a chance to test everything out. But hopefully we don't have this issue going to tomorrow's finale lap. And also the Wolves Den post will be up there. So the invite for all the Wolves members to go into the Zoom meet for after Abu Dhabi will be up. So be ready for that as well. Spider, yeah. Mac clearly went off track. You ain't lying about that shit, Spider. That's a big fact. So let's see what we got right now. Also, Max Verstappen still up there. Ferrari boys join each other 2 or 3. That's cool. Perez 4, Hamilton 5, Russell 6. This might not be the track for the W13. Let's just keep that in mind. It might not be the track for them. So gonna have to see what happens with that. Verstappen track limits turn 16 BS. Right. Tori, we was just talking about that, bro. We were just talking about that. It is. We're in seconds. There's only 8 seconds left. Who's going to get it? Ferrari are trying. They are trying. Red Bull is still going to try to keep it out of their grasp, but they are trying. No bullshit. They are trying to get this thing done and wrapped up. Checker flag is dropped. Perez, number 2, kicks Ferrari out of there. Damn. Ferrari not looking good right now with that. Hamilton can't do it. It's out of there. So they're 5 and 6. Looks like Mercedes going to lead. Okay, well, basically, we got teammates paired up. Teammates are paired up together. Red Bull, Max Verstappen, Checo together, although not together, as we saw Max shitted on him in the last race and shitted on his team and shitted on his fan base. Good job, Max. You took a big shit. Then we got Ferrari boys together. We got Mercedes, Hamilton, Russell together. While it's a lot of people like to try to throw shade on Hamilton for having slower times, it looks like he was faster in pace, which he has been several times throughout the season. But a lot of ignorant, delusional haters like to try to throw any salt they can at Lewis Hamilton's way, even if it's his own driving partner. But, screw them. And big shout out to Red Bull fans, McLaren fans, Mercedes fans, Ferrari fans, Alpine fans, Haas fans, Williams fans, McLaren fans, Aston Martin fans. Big shout out to all the fans that are legit. Keep a healthy debate. Keep healthy shit talk. Don't get personal. Don't get racist. Don't get sexist. Big shout out to you all. And you all are welcome here at the Wolfpack channel. No lie. You're welcome to be a family member. Eric needs to be a family member. So shout out to you all. Listen, I got to get out here. I'm finna go support this baby for the kickathon. Like I said, we raised enough money. Me and my dad actually put our own money up to sponsor 8 families for Thanksgiving. So we are enjoying that. And now we're finna go to her kickathon, which we're also raising money to feed families for Thanksgiving. So that's going to be awesome. It's going to be 1,000 kicks. So likely she'll take a nap and after that. And even if I have to, Parents can help the kids with the kicks. So if she only can get to 500 or 600 because her leg gets worn out, I'll take the rest of those kicks for her, and I will do that. But either way it goes, we're going to complete 1,000 kicks to raise money and awareness to help unfortunate families have a good Thanksgiving, like so many of us that are having. And if you're not, I'm sending you big love and positive vibes. I'm about to get out of here. I will see you later for the next live. And remember, if you're in here, you're a subscriber or a Wolfpack family member. So keep that in mind. All right. Peace, love. See y'all later. Sylvia Wick. Let's see the Maxi Pad helps Perez. Maxi Pad ain't going to do shit to help. He's shit. He's got shit character. Max showed he's got crap character. Most people that condone what he did have crap character. So it is what it is. But I will see you all later. See you later for the live, and be live later again today and live for Finale Lap tomorrow. Peace.